The cold winter is here. We have come up with 5 perfectly warming, whole food plant-based breakfast ideas and you can make for your family. We have soaked some quinoa and lentils overnight and we're going to prep a few vegetables including some beautiful purple potatoes. I have a few helpers today. We are going to start with the easiest recipe, Bobo Chacha. What is Bobo Chacha, you may ask? It is a Southeast Asian Malaysian Nyonya coconut milk-based dessert filled with all sorts of things such as sweet potatoes and taro. You can serve it warm or hot, and of course in winter we're going to make it a warm version. All you have to do is boil up some potatoes. We don't have taro, so we have organic purple potatoes. You're going to simmer this until all the potatoes are nice and tender. Add your can of coconut milk. You can sweeten it however you want to. You can add extra fruit if you would like here. We kept it nice and simple. We stirred in the coconut milk. We added a dash of cinnamon. This is definitely not traditional, but we like the little hints of cinnamon in there. We seasoned ours with coconut sugar. You don't want this to be too sweet, and then that is it. So simple, so warming. Top it with some extra coconut milk. And this is a delicious breakfast or dessert. Next up, we have a chickpea frittata. We are preheating the oven to 375 Fahrenheit, and we're going to be using some soaked chickpeas. Now, please don't mistaken soaked chickpeas with cooked canned chickpeas. This is still in its raw form. We will be blending these up and we're going to cook it in the oven. Let's season with a ton of seasonings. You can use whatever you like, but here's a list of seasonings that we use today. You're going to add enough water just to cover. I added a little bit of coconut aminos here just for some umami. Cover it up and we are going to blend it up until it is nice and smooth, sort of like a thick custardy texture. Let's prepare the tray that it's going to go into. I have some hemp oil, which I have tasked Isaiah to brush all over just so nothing sticks. And then I have him pouring half of the batter on the very bottom. We're going to be adding some vegetables to this, so we just started off with about half of this batter. And then I asked him to add some of this leftover chopped broccoli that we have. You can literally use any vegetables you would like. We have some broccoli here. Isaiah has chopped up some peppers, which he is going to add here as well. Some vegetables that I suggest are like cabbage, some spinach, maybe some chopped up cauliflower or Brussels sprouts even. I have some leftover roasted vegetables here with some beets that I'm just going to throw in here and then cover it with the rest of the chickpeas and just mix it up until it is all nice and incorporated. We have been teaching our kids to cook when they were very, very young. Start them young just so they can learn all these life skills. We would love to know if you teach your kids to cook as well. Do you find it joyful when they're in the kitchen with you? I do know it can be a little bit stressful, but as soon as they get the hang of it, it is so nice to have them help. We are going to bake this in the oven at 375 for about an hour, 45 minutes. Check it at 45 minutes. Check it with a fork or a knife. And once it comes out clean, it is nice and ready. Let's cut up a slice. You can use a knife or you can use a spatula. It should be nice and soft on the inside, but cooked through. Definitely want to make sure it is nice and cooked through. You can eat this as is. You can serve it with a side salad on the side. It actually has tons of protein and lots of delicious vegetables on the inside as well. This item should definitely fill you or your kids' bellies and keep them full until lunchtime. Now, I had some leftover cheese sauce from yesterday's burrito video. We will have a link down below for this video if you are interested in making this delicious cauliflower cheese sauce. And there you have it, a delicious slice of chickpea frittata. You can definitely make this ahead of time. Keep it in the fridge. You can freeze it for another day. It is very versatile and you should definitely make this yourself. We love feeding foods like this to our kids just because we know all the nutrients is in there. Next, we're going to make a quinoa oatmeal or grits. So instead of using grits or oatmeal, we're actually going to use some soaked quinoa. I had Isaiah help with this, and this is a good lesson for fractions using our measuring spoon. Whenever you incorporate the kids, they are always learning. So every opportunity you get, definitely teach them fractions. You can teach them math. Incorporate all these lessons while you are cooking. If you want the recipes, of course, I'm going to have them listed down below so you can make this yourself. So the soaked chickpeas, we are going to add it into a blender. We're going to add some water. We added it raw. We're going to blend it up, and then it comes out into little tiny grit-like consistency of a grain of quinoa. It will get clumpy very quickly, so you want to make sure you are continuously whisking this mixture. Wow, continuously is actually a hard word to say. So you're going to continuously whisk your mixture, add some water if needed if you see it's getting very thick. There is a learning curve to this, but it's actually very simple. Just make sure that you continue to whisk. If it looks thick, add a little bit more water and just keep on going. All right, it is now done. We are going to plate it up for breakfast for today. You can have this sweet, you can have this savory. Today we're going to use some cinnamon, and we're going to make a sweet version by adding some coconut sugar to it. You can also use some agave syrup. We are adding some coconut milk into this just to add some creaminess and make it lush and delicious. Now this is a very filling porridge type dish, so definitely make sure that you don't go overboard and use too much quinoa because you're going to get full very fast. Alrighty, everybody is lined up, so let me get these kids fed. Here you go. This is what we call our quinoa porridge, quinoa oatmeal, quinoa grits. Let us know what is your favorite name for this dish, and maybe we will just choose it and go with that from now on. Onto a high protein breakfast idea. We are making a lentil porridge. We are going to chop up some onions, some peppers, and some ginger for this one. You can absolutely add garlic if you would like to, and then I just have it sauteing in a pan with some hemp oil. You can use any kind of oil you would like, some avocado oil, grapeseed oil, and then we're just going to add our soaked lentils. In this particular recipe, you may be able to use cooked lentils. You can use canned lentils if you want, but I would definitely highly suggest just soaking your own, and we're going to cook it this way from fresh. We have seasoned these lentils with some curry flavors, and we're going to add some broccoli. You can add whatever vegetable you want. I'm just adding some additional nutrients in here. In here I use 2 cups of lentils, and I'm going to add 2 cups of water as well. We're going to cook it until it is nice and simmering and boiling. You can see that it starts to get soft really quick, and once all the water dissipates, you are ready to serve. Be sure to just watch for the water levels. You don't want to burn it, of course. This is a nice warming bowl, high protein breakfast idea. Top it with some cilantro and a squeeze of lime, and there you have a delicious bowl full of fiber, full of iron, great for you. Last but not least, we have a grain bowl. I made it with quinoa and lentils, so I just called it a quinoa lentil bowl. This has proteins, amino acids, this has carbs, and of course fiber and lots of vegetables. So we're gonna cook it kind of similar to how we cooked the lentils. We are sauteing vegetables in a pot with some hemp oil. Season it, of course, however you want. We use some smoked paprika in this one and some Italian seasonings. Add your quinoa, add your lentils, and then we're going to slowly simmer it with some water. You can meal prep this ahead of time, definitely, and just keep it in a Tupperware in the fridge and have it during the week. We brought the water to a simmer, and then we're going to cover it and then let it steam for about 20 minutes or so. It's so quick to put together, and honestly, if you have everything chopped, it's not going to take too long. Just bring it to a boil, cover it, go and do whatever you need to do. Go and get ready for the day. Just make sure that you have your fire or heat on low. And there you have it. Top this with some kimchi, lime, sesame oil. All these flavors will be delicious in this bowl. Thank you guys so much for watching and joining us for another video. Let us know in the comments which one was your favorite and which one you would like to try. Give us some love and likes and subscribe if you haven't. We'll see you on the next one.